Hello everyone, this is Professor V.V. Uttarwar from KK Wag College of Food Technology, Nashik. So welcome friends in my next part of anti-nutritional factor in legumes. So let me explain before going to our continuation what was in last topic. Okay, so we are going to see what are the other anti-nutritional factor. So in first part we have seen what are the some different anti-nutritional factor, and next to them we'll see in this part, second part of video. So before going to this part, you must check at link in the description that you then you will get the information about first part of anti-nutritional factor in legumes. So let's start. First of all, again I will explain what are the anti-nutritional factors, means what does mean. Okay, the anti-nutritional factor ANFs by definition are those biological compounds present in human or animal foods that reduces nutrient utilization or food intake, thereby contributing to impaired gastrointestinal and metabolic performance. Okay, so such a chemical compound which are in itself or inbuilt in given plant or that seed, which prevents them from cooking or any other like that, and also they cause some uh, diseases in our body. Okay, so such a chemical compounds or such a factor are called as anti-nutritional factor. So before in first week sorry no in first video we have seen about 4 to 5 type of anti-nutritional factors, and next we will see in this part. Okay, so here the saponin is another anti-nutritional factor. Best example for saponin is soybean. Okay, in soybean saponins are available. Okay, first of all we'll see what is meant by these anti-nutritional factor, that is saponin. Saponins are the class of chemical compound found with particular abundance in various plant species like cotton seeds and soybean. They are having surface tension lowering ability, then foam forming ability, and they are glycosidic in nature. So basically in first sentence you can see they are available in cotton seed and soybean. So we are going to see only for cotton seed. Next we will explain one by one what are the points given in the slides. So generally the saponins, these are secondary compounds that are generally known as non-volatile surface active compounds, and also they are widely available in nature, primarily in plant kingdom. Okay, better than animal. The name saponin, okay, the name saponin is derived from the Latin word sapo, which means foam. Okay, foam or soap, because saponin molecules form soap like foams with when they are shaken with the water. They are structurally diverse molecules that are chemically referred to as a triterpenes and steroid glycosides. Also, they are consist of non-polar glycons coupled with one or more monosaccharide moieties. So the combination of this polar and non-polar structural element in their molecule explains their soap-like behavior in aqueous solution. Okay, so we have example of soybean also, and where when we are going to prepare any product from soybean, when we wash it with soybean with water, then also there is a foam formation, or when soybean is boiled in water, there is a foam formation is done. Okay, also these saponins are having wide application in beverage and confectionery as well as in cosmetic and pharmaceutical products. So there are presence of lipid soluble glycol and water soluble sugar active compounds with detergents, wetting, emulsifying, and foaming properties. So that's why their chemical nature they are called as, or they are having foam forming ability. Then there are laterogens. What are the laterogens? The food legume belongs to genus Lathyrus, causes neurolatherism characterized by neurological injuries. Okay, the legumes which belongs to genus Lathyrus, they are having these laterogens in them, and they what they are causing neurological or sorry neurolatherism. Okay, this neurolatherism causes neurological injuries. Okay, we'll see what is latherism or neurolatherism. So latherism or neurolatherism is a neurological disease of humans and also in domestic animals caused by eating certain legumes of genus Lathyrus. So, human latherism is characterized by paralysis of the leg as a neurological lesion of spinal cord degeneration. Okay, so paralysis of leg or spinal cord degeneration, these two are some symptoms of latherism or neurolatherism. So, generally, this problem is associated with Lathyrus sativus. The example is Lathyrus sativus, also called as Kesari dal in our language. So they are having toxin, that is ODAP. Okay, because of that there is a neurolatherism is caused in or happens in consumer. Okay, so what is this ODAP? So there is a one chemical compound or amino acid, okay, naturally available in these legumes called as beta N oxyl L beta di that legume, that kesari dal, they are having it. So these ODAP compound, that is beta ODAP compound, it possess potent neurotoxic activity and has been shown to be responsible for outbreak of neural latherism by consuming this kesari dal. Okay, so because of that this disease latherism or neurolatherism, this kesari dal is banned in India for eating, but few people consume it, still they are consuming it. Okay, so how to remove these latherogens from that legumes? The steeping. Okay, the dehusker seeds are stripped in hot water. So there is a removal of some latherogens. Okay, generally about 90% latherogens or these neurotoxins are removed from that legumes. However, there is a substantial loss of water soluble vitamins such as thiamine, riboflavin and niacin with the steeping in water. Okay, again second option we have, that is roasting of the seed at 150 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes results in 80% destruction of neurotoxin. So these two ways are for the removal of latherogens or some neurotoxins from the legumes. Next we'll see allergens. So it is a basic one available in most legumes. Sometimes some legumes are indigestible to few peoples or they are unable to digest it properly. To people, first of all, skin is principal site of allergic reaction, and then proteins of high molecular weight are responsible compound for allergenicity. Okay, so here nothing but some chemical compounds are not familiar with the everyone bodies. So such type of chemical compound causes some irritation in their body, or if they are not digested, or some causes flatulence in their stomach. So such cases happens. So these are some allergens which pretends to be anti-nutritional factor of that legumes. Okay, so these are some another anti-nutritional factors. In next video we will see some other 2 to 3 remaining anti-nutritional factor of legumes. Thank you so much.